Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm definitely not Vlad, and you're watching the Mastering All Roles series, where I take a character from 0 to 2000 rating, earning the Keystone Master Achievement. With this character specifically, or rather this role specifically, we're going for 2.5k. We're pretty close to it. I have gotten 13 ratings since the previous episode, and that's from doing some 9s, because I wanted to get some more crests, which I did succeed in getting, so I have 86 gilded crests to use. I can do a bit of recrafting, maybe craft a new piece. I think I'm actually going to craft myself either bracers or a cloak. Let's see what gives more agility. They give about the same, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and craft some bracers, and then once we have those bracers crafted, we're going to try and do a key. But before we do any of that, actually, let's open up the vault, because it is Wednesday, my dudes, and it is time to enjoy the spoils of war. The war being me going into M+ dungeons. The real war is getting into a +10, but hopefully with the key that we're about to get from this, a trinket. Oh, it's only hero though, and these shoulders are myth. God dang it. This actually feels like a pretty decent trinket for whatchamacallits, for assassination, because you can stack up crit against a specific target and you're usually tunneling into a priority target. That actually feels pretty good. I have crafted boots, so I don't really want these because the crafted boots have a embellishment on them. But myth shoulders are here to stay for the longest. Actually, it's the freaking season ends very soon. I'm just going to take this trinket and get rid of the Harvester's Edict. Now, you may remember me wanting to replace the Treacherous Transmitter. However, I have made myself a WeakAuras that actually tracks when I use it and yells at me to use it somehow. And also, it rewards me when I do actually successfully complete the minigame. So let me actually show you that really quick. I can just get out here so you can see more clearly. So when I use Treacherous Transmitter, this shows up until I pick up the orb or do the little task or whatever it is. And when I pick it up, you hear ka-ching. I mean, come on. Come on, is this like the best thing ever or what? And then, wait, what the heck? Hold on, I think I know what the issue is here. I just need to adjust one more thing, and that is when the aura is applied, I don't need this to be for 1 second, I need it to be for like 12 seconds or whatever. No, wait, that's not it. No. Why does that? Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I could make that work. Hold on. I just need to adjust this so that if I have the actual buff already, that it should be invisible. That's pretty much it. That's all I need to do. And there we go. We fixed the WeakAuras, and it took me a minute and a half, so I can use it again and check it. So it tells me I need to do something. I check what I need to do. I see I need to stand in this. If I stand in that, I get a ka-ching, and I get my buff. And now it shouldn't reappear here. That is correct. Yes, there we go. Beautiful. That works just fine. Okay, now we need to go craft the bracers, and once I craft the bracers, we're going to do, what is this? Are you shitting me? There's 6 dungeons it could have been. 6 dungeons it could have been other than Necrotic Wake, and I could have been happy with that. No, it had to be Necrotic Wake. Well, if it wasn't Necrotic Wake, it would have probably been Mists or City of Threads. I don't know which is worse. I guess I'll have to apply for somebody's run. So what I'll do is I'll equip this Trinket right here instead of Harvester's Edict, and hopefully crafting bracers, which would be a 26 item level increase, will give me enough item level to hit like 624, maybe 625, who knows. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. And then once I'm done with that, we'll try and apply for a group, which will probably take another hour and make me very, very sad. But it is what it is. Oh, here we go. Beautiful. Now we have to enchant them before I forget, because I will forget. Arme Avo, one of these bad boys. Get that avoidance in there for when I forget to press feign, which is pretty much all the time. Beautiful. We also have 26 more crests, but I feel like maybe, you know, I'll craft another piece like my cloak. That would be pretty good. So I'm going to hold on to those, and rather than upgrading, because I did hit 625 and that does make me quite happy. Now it's time to go into pre-made groups and look for a group for Lord knows how long. We did a Mists. We did this Siege. I guess I could run the Siege again. I've already done Siege before, but whatever. There's a lot of keys up, so I'm hoping I get invited into something relatively soon. We gonna find out. It is now 9:52 p.m. or p.m. a.m. and we'll see how long it takes me to get into a group. Oh shit. Okay, we got in 10:11 a.m. So it took us 19 minutes to get into a run, which is not so bad. It took me like an hour and 40 minutes or so the last time. So we're going to teleport to the stone wall. This will actually give us the most possible rating out of all of the 10 clears that I could have done. So that's kind of nice. Means that probably this one and then the next one should give me 2.5k, especially if I do more 9s in the meantime. Probably shouldn't have committed my teleport just yet because I might not be sticking around in this group because they might kick me in to invite someone who has a DPS friend as a tank or something like that. We'll see what ends up happening, but I'm hopeful. Usually LFG etiquette is once you invite someone, you very rarely kick them.
A few moments later.
We're going straight in. We're sending all of our shit. I'm hesitant to do much damage to these because I think we're gonna get a double here. Yep, I used my feint right before that to make sure I don't get instantly wiped out by that. I don't know why our tank is taking 2 of these orbs. It's literally the least important person to have it on. I am very scared right now. I'm not going to hit any of these because I expect us to double break here again. People are breaking them a bit too quickly. Luckily, this time we didn't get a 3 stack. That works out. The shell is coming in, which means we need to do at least a little bit extra damage, but I have used all my cooldowns, so there's not much I can do other than feint to reduce the strain on the healer when it comes to healing. Group had cooldowns ready to blast there with all of their buffs. I didn't pick up any buffs, but I'm focusing on the actual Skarmorak HP right now. That's what I'm going to say as a defense. Again, I'm not going to be focusing at all on hitting these shards. People over-focus them and kill them too quickly, and now we're going to have another double break here, it looks like. Our warrior stood in some shit while we broke some shards. So that's going to be another CR for the warrior. I'm going to go ahead and give him this. Hopefully they don't take it. Right as the damage comes out from this shard, they can take it now, I think. That would be a good idea. Hopefully people don't kill the next shard too quickly. I need to reapply my poisons here. Maybe I can destroy this. Oh no, we double broke. I think I just killed us. I definitely just killed us. That's not good. I'm going to use a cloak here to try and keep myself alive. Very messy. I did not realize there was another orb still present, so that actually did some trouble for us here. I really need to focus on breaking this thing. One last feint, try to keep it alive. Nope, time to die. I am not sure if this is timeable anymore, so that's a little bit disappointing. I am shocked at this warrior's damage. I don't know what they're doing wrong. Okay, they're not using bloodbath enough. It looks like the group is continuing to attempt this boss, so I guess I'll just stick around. I'm going to send all of my cooldowns again. Luckily this time we get the orb, so we can very quickly get it. I'm going to step away until that finishes, then I'm going to jump back on the boss. Just trying to get as many envenoms in as possible at 5 or more combo points. We'll get a 7 combo point one up. We again keep getting double shard destructions, and then another shard needs to be broken, right? I don't know, man. I just told the group, please don't break more than 1 shard. I think multiple people said the same thing. We're going to make another double break. People just do not understand how this boss works. It's 1 week away from the season ending, and people still don't get how this boss works. It's kind of stupid. This tank keeps saying break ad, but like, I'd rather be healthy going into this AoE than be at half health for the first pulse. Yeah, I don't think this group has the brain cells to actually pull this off because people keep breaking too many of these shards. I'm going to turn around and sit down so it crits and I die. All right, due to time constraints, we had to call in the cavalry. We have Danny coming in on her Resto Druid. Or Resto Druid? That's not a Druid, dumbass. On her Resto Shaman. I am backup plan. No, you are not backup plan. You are the heavy artillery. But with a decked out healer, it should be easy to get into 10s that I could use. We're going to go for, I don't even care. Maybe a siege. Nah, I shouldn't do siege because I've already done a video where I do siege. A Grim Batol? Yeah, sure. Let's torture Danny with a Grim Batol run. Why not? And here we go at a Siege of Boralus, even though I just said we wouldn't do Siege of Boralus because there's not much else to apply to, and I really don't want to do another Stone Vault. I hate the dungeon. Skarmorak is just too much of a pain in the ass with uncoordinated groups. So Siege of Boralus, and I wasted my teleport, so I have to actually hoof it. Haha, get it? Because moo. Unsurprisingly, it only took like a minute or two to find a group once you have a decked out Resto Shaman in the group. So it's very nice to be able to count on Danny to just carry me through these series if necessary. I do try to avoid grouping with people as much as possible when I do actual recordings for videos, but sometimes you just gotta whip out the old carry, the old boost squad, and by squad I mean Danny. I've actually already done a ++9 siege, so doing this 10 siege is not going to give me all that much rating. But I will see to it that the next dungeon I do and the next recording I do gives us 2.5k rating and ends the series. And then I will completely focus on bringing you the weekend series, which is me and Danny intentionally doing on voice comms, just having a blast for 1 whole weekend trying to go from 0 to hero. Now we just gotta wait for our buddy here who's at Wild Camp Ular. Bro, is this actually a siege key or not? It is a siege. Yeah, lead's a little bit lost. Let's go summon him. I think he clicked the wrong portal or something. I don't know what it is, but he is definitely not at the correct location. He's in the Umbral Bazaar, which means he actually entered the City of Threads. Not just teleported there by accident. He went to City of Threads, even though his key is a siege key, and he should be in Siege of Boralus. He actually, as you can see here from the details plugin that you can open with /key or /keys, he has a Siege of Boralus, but he he went to City of Threat. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's a Windwalker monk cosplaying as a Brewmaster monk because he's fucking drunk. We have a very stylish tank, as you can see. A Dwarven Love Witch. Now, all we need to do is time one of the harder keys this season. But then again, I think I say that for just about every dungeon. But let's be fair. This is probably one of the harder seasons we've seen. Just between all the changes that Blizzard has made, it's just been rough to really find a dungeon that isn't catastrophically difficult. We're going for some extra pulls here. Tank kind of stood in the frontal. I can't say I'm a huge fan of that. What exactly what exactly is going on? This is stupid. Tank has bubble. He could bubble taunt. He doesn't seem to be doing that. He's just overall just managing to hold aggro, it looks like. No, he's dead again. He's dead again. Bro, I don't have
Only the strongest
bubble
survive.
taunt. Or, you know, just keep dying over and over again. That's fine too. Okay, he wants to reset instead of bubble taunting. What did I join? Oh, okay. The other paladin just left. Thank you for key, says the lead. if there is, I don't know if there is a better display of what season 1 of The War Within is like than this key. This was textbook season 1 The War Within. Tank goes in, does a weird pull, dies, doesn't use his kit, leaves. Then he's yelling in Finnish, so we know she's upset. But hey, at least we can get into another group relatively quickly. It wasn't our key, so it doesn't matter as much. But holy shit, this video is shaping up to be quite the shit show. Well, we managed to get into a grim butthole, but now neither me nor Daddy have teleports. I'm going to have to wait humbly for a summon because I also have 8 minutes left on my Hearthstone. And my Dalaran Hearthstone doesn't work because I haven't been to Dalaran on this character. And I also can't use the portals that are in Boralus because I'm Horde. So I'm just kind of stranded here for at least 8 minutes, but I'm hoping I can get a summon instead. All right, this group is looking pretty beefy. That is a wall of text. Holy shit. Transmorpher Beacon is a little annoying. But yeah, this group is looking pretty beefy. I'm hopeful that we can make it through this Grim Batol because I'm getting a little tired here trying to record just 1 + 10 key. I just need 1 + 10 key.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, cool. Good start of the dungeon. Okay, good thing nobody has to use anything at the start of the dungeon. A demon hunter there would have been slightly upset, or a bear druid or something, or any kind of druid really, because of incarnation. Maybe not feral. I don't know what feral players use for cooldowns. I think it's Convoke actually, but I don't know for certain. We're going for the Destroyer. That is perfect. That is exactly what I would like to see. We're going to put quick focus on our friend here. I'm going to send all of my cooldowns here. I need to jump 3 times. I'm going to cloak this just so I make sure that I don't die to the damage here. Trying to pump all my damage into the big dragon because the big dragon is our prio target here. And that worked out wonderfully because everything died at about the same time. Now I won't have my cooldowns for the potentially big pull here, but it'll work out. We're going to go ahead and just send our Death Stalker's mark on the Overseer, and we should be able to whittle him down fairly quickly. I'm going to send a Shiv here on cooldown just to empower some of our venom damage or poison damage / nature damage / whatever you want to call it. The nature damage we do is poison damage, so there's no confusion about it. So far so good. Textbook pulls, nothing out of the ordinary, which I'm used to seeing all sorts of weird shit in this dungeon. So we're not doing the big double pull here. We're going to go ahead and just hold our there we go, our ambush for the first big guy that comes over. And I guess I'll send my Kingsbane into that. I should have my stuff available for it. AoE CC goes out. out. More AoE CC goes out. I think that was Danny's knockup. If not, it was the enhancement shaman. We should be able to take care of this. I am again forgetting to use my stupid, what is that thing called? Please let me stealth, Mr. Tank, sir. Okay, I managed to stealth. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and garrote all of these casters, send out all of these. We're using Bloodlust here, which I don't know if that was perfect or not. I don't really know. I'm trying to find my Deathstalker's mark. There we go. Not the cleanest. Kind of weird that we used Bloodlust here and committed it because we didn't do the double pull, but I guess it's better to have it ready for later parts of the dungeon. I'm gonna hold my what are these called, like big charges, and use maybe one or two on this. I'll use just one so that I can make sure that I can wipe out the whole group. We want to kill this group and the dragon, right? Those are the scariest mobs, the most annoying ones, the beefiest ones. So you want to use your big charges on them because the big charges do percent-based damage, percent health damage. So you can do a lot of damage with those that way. Now the patrol is right on top of these guys now, so we are spamming all of our big charges on them. That should be able to take care of most of them. And Danny and I recently ran into a very interesting bug, which is if you kill these while you have whatchamacallit, while you're like right about to dismount or dismounting, if one of them dies after you've dismounted, you just straight up do not get percent for it, which is super fun when you are very tightly timing the key as it is. So there's that to think of. I'm definitely starting to lose my voice because like I woke up not too long ago. I haven't had a chance to really eat breakfast or anything, so I'm just raw dogging this recording, and it's already taking longer than I would like it to because we're just having trouble getting into keys that aren't absolute poo-poo. I would love to be able to stealth here. We are able to stealth. Somebody took care of all of those by somebody, probably Danny. Okay. The stealth didn't really do much because we just kind of wiped out this group because they got bombed a whole bunch. I think we're going to be taking these into the boss. I'm hesitant to even open up on these. Yeah, I don't, there's no reason for me to go out of stealth for that. Not a big difference in the grand scheme of things, but I like it the way it is. We're going to go ahead and use our transmitter and our death mark. We're going to use absolutely everything. A feign here should help us stay healthy through that big AoE. We're just trying to spend as many envenoms into this target as possible. I don't have the circle on me. Sometimes I get a little confused because it looks almost like it's on me, but it's not. It's on another player. Send the 7 combo point envenom, reapplies Deathstalker's mark. And now we're going to try and pull as best as we can. We do need to reapply, what's that thing called? A rupture. So we're now going to pull at 1 second left. That is when we spend our combo points on envenoms. It's again not on me, which is quite nice. We're going to go ahead and blind this. I don't think that actually worked. I think blind is a little bit buggy against these because I've only ever managed to destroy one of them with a blind, and I do have the talent which reduces the which increases the number of targets hit by blind. So that is a little bit weird. We're going to reapply our rupture, and now we're going to go for a 7 combo point in venom. I'm going to use my cloak here and drop these off. The cloak does nothing. That is physical damage for some freaking reason. As weird as hell. So my apologies to Danny for me taking so much damage and her having to heal my dumb ass. Commanding Roar coming out, we're going to feign to reduce the damage. As you can see, I take less damage than most of the other people in the group, thanks to that feign. Our 7 combo point in venom goes out, and we put that over to the side. The side is the best place to put it. You don't want to put it anywhere near the center because that can cause some issues. Another feign for the road right as the boss is about to die, and there we go. Some more of these orbs. I'm going to kick this last one and then shadow step over to this person so that we can make it to the next group. We're in combat for another half hour thanks to the orbs, but luckily it works out. We managed to re-stealth before we go into the next group. I'm going to put down a focus. We have a bit of a body pull situation going on, but it's not a huge deal. I'm going to use a feign and send all of my cooldowns. Managed to do the task without even really trying to, so that works out for me. I'm sending all of my damage into the giant because the giant is much beefier than the rest of them, and that's just how Assassination Rogue works anyway. You just spam envenom into your big prio target with caustic spatter up, and you do a bazillion damage. Not as much as an enhancement shaman, who is the main character of this season, but you do a good chunk. I didn't manage to get my what's that called, feign off in time, so I just took a whole bunch of damage from that Molten Wake that I probably didn't need to take. I used my blind for nothing because Danny, of course, put down a capacitor totem for that, or either Danny or the other shaman, but I'm gonna just assume that it was Danny because Danny is absolutely sick at this game and manages to take care of most CC. She has a little thing where she says, I'm stunning because I'm stunning, and then the capacitor totem goes out, which is a thing, I guess. As she's yelling yes from the other room. We're going to send our Kingsbane here just so it lines up better with our cooldown on what is that thing called? Def Mark. We're gonna try and send blind here. We can't. I'm gonna kick one and try to stun the other. I did manage to do that at least, so there we go. Don't want those orbs buffing up the enemies. It's not so much about buffing up the enemies, it's more about us having the buff, so that's nice as well. We're gonna go ahead and just prio the Earth Caller because he does the AoE cast and just general casts, which can be pretty painful. The flame renders also hurt the tank a lot, but they're not particularly menacing to this tank. This tank's been an absolute unit and hasn't really budged since the start of the dungeon. Then again, things are dying so quickly that it makes it pretty easy for them to survive, thanks to the pretty good damage of our group. Oh, I'm taking damage for some reason here, so I'm not stealth. Now I unstealthed myself by accident. I managed to re-stealth. I thought because I took damage there, I would have just, would have taken a bunch, would not have been in stealth either way. I should have been using Feign here, but luckily Danny can keep me alive through that. Not the best opener I've ever had in my life. I also baited that, idiot. I baited that wrong. I'm gonna say sorry to the group, just so they know that I f***ed up. That was completely my fault, but we do still have space to kite. It's not like I completely cut us off. I only slightly cut us off from the usual route that we take through the dungeon with this boss. I used a Feign there for something that is a single target ability being cast at the tank. I guess we do get these dots. I luckily did not get any of the dots. Or are they dots? I don't even know. This is where I should be using Feign, but I am just messing absolutely everything up. Molten Mace coming out, which means I need to stay in front of or to the side of the boss to avoid taking a shit ton of damage. I'm going to reapply Garrote, and then we're going to get ourselves started with a Kingsbane. We're going to drop a Envenom, 7 combo point Envenom right then and there. We do have a Shiv ready for this. I would love to have a bit more energy, but there's no way to really gain energy for me here, which is unfortunate. Drop another one of these. I'm going to cloak and go over to kick this thing. There we go. Stun totem did go out, so I was probably wasting my cloak for nothing. But oh well. I'm just a little flustered at this point because I did the bait wrong. This is something that happens to me all the time going back as long as I've been making commentaries, where I'll make one mistake and then I'll obsess over it for super long. But the boss is dead, and it was pretty clean thanks to Danny's 1.12 million HPS here near the end of it. That is incredible. Let's see, does the tank pull this? He does, because for this dungeon you kind of have to pull basically the whole dungeon. We're going to hope that the stun does still go out. That is perfect. I'm going to send both my cooldowns into this because he's going to be stunned for a very long time. I can't see what I'm supposed to do. There's the orb. That's what I'm supposed to do. Send in the Shiv, send in the Envenoms. I used some of my combo points there incorrectly, which is I used them for a Crimson Tempest because I was like, oh right, that button exists, and then I used that instead of using another Envenom into a Kingsbane prio target. But oh well, all's well that ends well. That's basically the catchphrase of the day. We're going to go ahead, finish off this giant. Torrent, never mind. I was going to Torrent stomp this because, you know, best rogue race. Where is our shaman? That's curious. Or not a shaman, sorry, priest. Oh, priest is picking up a package. Oh, the tank and the priest are pre-made. I see now, I see. Okay, we're doing small pull. Okay, that small pull turned into a very big pull, unfortunately, because Avenger's Shield has a mind of its own, but we're going to go ahead and just send our shit here. I'm going to re-stealth and reapply all of these Garrotes, make sure that everything's silenced, keep everything safe. Really doing a poor job of putting Envenoms into the lava bender, but we'll make it work. Gotta step out of that, otherwise I will probably go down. I'm going to kick this just to make sure that we don't have any undue damage going out. Still pumping damage straight into the lava bender because he is the prio target. I'm going to send out a blind here to make sure that gets interrupted. I do have a kick available. I'll put a focus on this and kick that. There we go. That was unintentionally unintentionally big pull, I think, by our tank here, because the shield just bounced, and that's okay. I'm gonna ignore those because the shamans have been taking care of those handily, so I don't think I really need to do much. there to help out. And one more garrote for the road here, so that people get silenced again as we continue our DPS. I have both my cooldowns available again, but I don't feel the need to send them here because it's just too small of a pull. Now this may be a bit of a bigger pull because the priest has all their cooldowns. I'm going to focus the enforcers, and I'm going to spread out my... Oh, I wasn't in stealth there. That's super cool. I love that. Love that for me. We're going to stun this big boy. Spend a lot of combo points on that. I'm just going to send... I'm gonna send my cooldowns into this guy, whatever. I need to jump 3 times according to my WeakAuras. We got the buff. I can stop jumping now like an idiot. One enforcer going down, and we're gonna focus on the other enforcer now. Tank is kiting slightly just to reset the enforcer's buff. That's good. Enforcer kept getting stunned and stuff, so he didn't get his auto attacks in. We do have 2 shamans that are decursing all of us, so that works out quite well. We also have Dandy just blasting the HPS, so it's not necessary to do much more than her 1 dispel. Even if the other shaman is not dispelling, she can take care of those pretty handily herself. Trying to do as much damage as possible to the lava bender so that he goes down as quickly as he did. Enhancement Shaman doing the whole main character thing. We're going to transfer aggro to the tank and pull this group because they're going to walk into us either way. I did take a bonk to the noggin for my trouble there. I am going to just say, I'm so sorry, Danny. I didn't mean to take that damage. I did have Tricks of the Trade up, but it just didn't really work out in my favor. Ascension's going to go out soon here. We got to make sure we don't step into that. We step away, and then we step back in after it's gone. CC going out onto Danny, so I'm going to use my interrupt. I would have used it if it was someone else as well, but if it's Danny, I definitely have to use it. And we kick the last spell just so nobody goes down from something silly like that. Tank is skipping these mobs, which no, he's not skipping them, which means he's going to go here. We're going to transfer aggro, silence all of these, switch to the enforcer here, and send a 7 combo point in venom so that we have actual Deathstalker's mark. Now I do need to send out 1 more silence here, trying to CC everything. I'm going to War Stomp. There we go. Trying to stand in this while also not standing in the other thing. By the other thing, I mean all this crap on the ground. Oh, I actually accidentally pressed Kingsbane because this group is about to die, and that Kingsbane was a complete and utter waste. But I'm going to go ahead and use Shiv here, just maybe do a bit more damage to this target. That was a bit of a messy pull. I did somehow still dealt a shit ton of damage because I actually pressed Crimson Tempest and the button's OP. We seem to be skipping this, so I'm going to hug to the left because these guys have their little stealth eye things that you can see, so I can't really just walk right past them as I usually would with other mobs. I'm going to see where it's coming from and move to the other side of the mini boss, or I guess this is the boss, but the dragon is the boss. So is this the actual boss, or is this a mini boss? I'm being fixated, so I'm not going to do anything. One thing that is important as a rogue here is do not use blind on the adds. If you use blind or fear or incapacitate, the adds will actually change targets after they're done being CC'd, which is no bueno. We still have another one. I'm going to yeet a dagger at them to slow them with my my secondary crippling poison. And now we're going to stealth and use all cooldowns. Let me drag, he says. Please just don't use a thingy. All right. And by thingy, I meant, what is that thing called? Avenger Shield, because Avenger Shield will bounce to the ads that we skipped, and that would not be a good thing. We're sending all our cooldowns into the boss right now. I'm not being focused, so I can actually just slow these guys down to prevent them from reaching our buddy. Now, I gotta be careful with that shadow step because it might put me on top of some, what are these called? Tornadoes, and those tornadoes will kill me if there's a bunch of them stacked up. One of them will hurt a shit ton, 2 will just straight up kill me. I'm going to put a 7 combo point Rupture on this bad boy, then a 7 combo point in Venom to reapply Deathstalker's mark. I keep overcapping my energy, or my combo points. I really shouldn't be doing that. I'm going to send, okay, 1 is on me. I'm going to send my thingy things with the stuffy stuff. Ooh, that really hurt. I think one of them reached it. No, okay, it just looked like that for a second. I'm just going to run over instead of using Shadow Step because I do not trust myself to not teleport straight into a, what are these called? Tornadoes. I keep forgetting the word tornado for some reason. One of them is a little bit off center. I think it's because the tank moved a little bit, but that's okay. The boss is dead, and we can just sneak past these guys again. Going to put a focus on the Beguiler while I wait for the tank to get into position. I'm going to again focus the Enforcer here. Send out my Ruptures, put out some more Garrotes, and now we can use a Crimson Tempest and build combo points to send into our prio target. I don't, for some reason, okay, I see why. The boss doesn't die, so I don't get my Deathstalker's Mark reapplication from 7 combo point Envenoms. Instead, I should have used actual ambush here to apply it, but that's okay. Tank managed to survive 10 stacks of that bullshit, which is the enrage buff that goes that the enforcers get from using auto attacks. Okay, I managed to get a re-stealth in. Let's put out our actual, what's that thing called? I'm gonna cloak this. I don't want to drop any poison or any nasty zones here. Ooh, this doesn't look like I'll actually be able to. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. I really enjoyed that positioning from the tank. Do I send cooldown? I'm just gonna send cooldowns. I'm supposed to jump here, 1 and a 2 and a 3, and then we send our big old Envenom with 7 combo points. We empower the next Envenom. Oh, and there he goes. He's gone. He just exploded. I think it was the bleed damage that I had on him with all the extra damage from whatchamacallit, Death Mark. Now, let's see if we can't get some damage, prio damage done onto the Corruptor here. What I can do is I can vanish this and I can cloak it. So if I have a bunch of the stacks of debuff, I'm going to use either cloak or vanish. I can't use cloak right now because I used it to get rid of the little thing that makes me drop puddles. But what I can do is I can vanish. I'm just waiting for those swirlies to go away. I don't want to be in a situation where I get wrecked by being mind controlled. Daddy would definitely take the opportunity to get revenge on me for killing her when she got mind controlled, so I gotta be careful out here. You'd see her pop hero if she could, just to take me out. I kind of want to I'm going to vanish because I have some stacks here and I was just worried about dying. I can't also trust Danny to take care of me, but better safe than sorry. I see Danny's back there taking care of all of those, so I can just trust her to do that. That looks very scary. I'm not going to stand in those. Almost stepped back into it. That would have been tragic. Lots of combo points to send here. I'm not going to bother using Envenom. I am being focused by the beam, but there's nothing I can do about it right now because my cloak wasn't off cooldown yet. All the little ads are dead, so I can't just spam Crimson Tempest to get a bunch of combo points. I also probably shouldn't have used it there on 2 targets either, but oh well. That should be the last Corruptor dead. I'm hoping Fane does something to it, but I think it's a single target spell, so it doesn't really do much. I don't want to use my cloak here right before the boss starts because I'd much rather keep it so that I can clear the tentacles on the way to like a safe zone from the Shadow Gale. Now we're going to send all of our cooldowns here. I need to jump, I need to reapply Deathstalker's Mark, and we're just going to send as many Envenoms as we can. We also keep an eye on the swirlies here, make sure I don't stand in a swirly that's dropping, because that'll put a tentacle right on top of my head and I'll get stunned right away. We managed to get a good chunk of damage out during that Kingsbane. I'm not going to use my Cloak of Shadows here because this is the first circle. The first circle is usually not very bad at all. Abyssal Corruption is on me. I don't know if Fane actually affects that, but we're going to use it anyway. And now this is the point where I kind of start running out of energy. What I can do is I can put up bleeds on these guys, but I really don't want to do that because that risks us, you know, maybe just one bleed. One bleed's not gonna hurt, right? What's one bleed gonna do? As all the mobs die, including the one I put down with bleed. Okay. The reason I use bleed there is because I really wanted some extra energy regen. Okay, well, we have a Kingsbane up. I need to reapply Rupture, unfortunately, during the Kingsbane, which is never ideal, but we're going to get a 7 combo point thingy going. I'm going to take care of some of these. Not exactly my best Kingsbane, but we took care of some of these, what are they called? Tentacles. Imagine if I just keep pronouncing it like a Greek hero, Tentacles. We're going to take care of the Tentacles. Maybe I should have saved it for the next one because we did have a relatively clear area here, but I wasn't sure if that was the case or not. Tank being yeeted backwards, but is not affected by it too badly because he didn't land in a, into a tentacle, so we are a-okay here. Void Surge is coming out, which means I use a Fane. I'm going to use another one because I'm not sure if the first one I pressed did actually go through. And now we almost have all of our cooldowns available yet again. I'm going to reapply my bleeds here with these sets of cooldowns. And then I'm going to use all of my cooldowns. I'm supposed to jump 1 and a 2 and a 3 jumps. There we go. Not ideal positioning. Our guy did go down. I'm going to use a self-heal here, trying to get some damage into this Envenom, but I did get distracted by somebody dying, which is unfortunate. I should reapply my Garrote, but this last Envenom that I didn't use kills the boss. And that was nice. I feel like I did okay there. I feel like the damage was there. Healing was definitely there. Danny absolutely blasting the HPS. No Trinket here, unfortunately. Skardin's Grace being the best in slot Trinket for us. I don't know if it's better than Treacherous Transmitter. According to Wowhead, it is. I don't know if it is or isn't, because the Treacherous Transmitter is just clunky to use, and you like have 30 seconds of it being off cooldown but not being usable, so that's a little bit weird. What we're gonna do is we're gonna reroll our Necrotic Wake key, and we're gonna get our Grim Batol. Cool, yeah, because that's not what I just did. Thank you for the run. But we did 2-star that Grim Batol, so I'm very happy with that. We've got a grand total of 47 rating, which brings us to 2,469, baby. Let's go. Woo! Which means that if we do a good run up next, we might be able to get 2.5k rating. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Danny for carrying my ass through a LFG queue and through a dungeon, because honestly, at some moments, looking at how much damage I was taking and the group was taking, I don't trust many healers other than her to really handle that. We now have 42 gilded crests. I think I'm going to do a few more runs, maybe some 9s even, just to make sure that the next 10 I do actually gives me 2.5k rating. Probably going to just do, like, I don't know, a Stone Vault 9 or something with my friends, because right now it's Fortified Week, so I can get a +9 done relatively easily, because again, the Skarmorak is the biggest pain in the ass in that entire dungeon. Nothing else feels quite as bad as Skarmorak. So yeah, probably gonna get some 9s done, and that should make the next episode of this the last episode of this. Again, I'm going to mention, after I'm done with the Rogue series, or rather the Melee DPS series, I'm going to be mostly focusing on my weekend series with Danny, which is 3 videos, one for each day of the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to come out at some point after the TJP, probably the weekend after TJP, so the last weekend of Season 1. And it is us basically trying to go from 0 to hero on characters that freshly dinged 80 on the Friday, and have nothing but Siren Isle gear. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe, because that is coming up on the channel after the Rogue series, like I just said. That's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, let me know what you liked about it in a comment down below. If you had fun, make sure you subscribe, because there's more episodes coming. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.